The never ever mets people are crazy. Okay, y'all? They should have never ever met. These people are insane. I'm talking about liars. I'm talking about cheaters. I'm talking about deceivers. I'm talking about manipulators. I'm talking about instigators. When I tell you that I've sat here and I watched this episode and I said, the whole house needs to go home. The only couple I have this much hope for is Jay and Cinco. They seem to have the most sense in this whole entire house. And y'all, we definitely gotta get into it. Hey y'all, it's Chloe and we're back with another video. The Never Ever Met Season 2, Episode 4. I mean, every episode, it just gets worse and worse and worse, okay? Alicia says, I'm just trying to figure out, like, what is really going on with you? Because at this point, you are definitely using your sickness as a manipulation tactic. Because, baby girl, for someone who has to protect themselves, you would like to insert yourself in a lot of ish. We're not going to get into it yet. Not yet. Not yet. We definitely going to get into it. But before we do, if this is your first time here, sit back, relax, watch the video through. And if you like what you see and you like what you hear, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you've been here before and you keep coming back, and you've been here before and you keep coming back, you like it here. You like it here, so you might as well go ahead and press that subscribe button because, like, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Okay? If you are one of my lovely members or subscribers, hey y'all. How y'all doing? I'm doing okay. I'm doing well. And I'm ready to talk about the Never Ever Mess because these people got me all the way effed up. So let's go ahead and get into it. So the episode starts off with Chris, Cinco, Jared, and Brandon, okay? They talking about last night. Chris said if the ladies would have heard what they said, they all would be in the doghouse. And Cinco said, don't add me in that y'all, okay? Y'all will be in the doghouse. I'm good. I'm good with my J-O-V-D, okay? I don't know what y'all got going on, but y'all would be in the doghouse. Don't include me in y'all shenanigans. Exactly. Leave Cinco where he at. Because y'all in this house acting like some little kids and y'all supposed to be grown men. Jared talking about if Charli would have heard me, we would be in the Suburbans driving home. Y'all need to be in the Suburbans driving home regardless. Regardless, because the way you are sitting here playing in this woman's face is pissing me off, okay? He said he put F no because he was in shock about having 6 kids combined. Okay? So then why did you lie to her in her face? And then why did you say that you're going to be a gentleman just so that you can hit it and quit it? You could be in shock, but you don't have to dog her out like that. Go away from me with this, Jared. Go away from me with this, okay? Chris said that he was just being petty. Chris, stop making up stuff. Like, you want to be in something so bad. You want to have drama so bad. Like, stop, okay? Now, Brandon said, shoot, Kiki wanted to talk about it last night, but I just didn't. Like, I wasn't in the right headspace. I was exhausted from cooking, cleaning. Like, he feels bad, but he really don't feel bad. Brandon, don't feel bad. Don't feel bad at all because she had enough strength to do all the things that she wanted to do besides help you cook and besides help you clean. Because even in the digital exclusive, when they sat down and they said, well, Kiki, are you feeling better now? And Kiki said yes. And they said, so why are you not helping him clean? She said, oh, because I just don't know what to do. Go help the man. You don't even have to say nothing. Just go in and help the man. That's better than nothing. You did absolutely nothing. And you still can't seem to understand why the man is upset with you? Wearing my patience low. Wearing my patience low. Okay? Cinco said the crazy part about all of this is that communication is the root of everybody's issues. Thank you, Cinco, for having some common sense, okay? He said everyone just needs to figure out how to communicate together. Yeah, they do. You would think that people who've been talking for years and months on end would be a lot better at communicating. You would think that because literally that's all y'all was doing for the time that y'all known each other was communicating. But you want to know what the issue is? Everybody's just out here lying. Not being honest, not being faithful, for God's sake. So of course y'all gonna have real life communication issues. Child, these people pissing me off. They really worked on my nerves. They working on my everlasting nerves, okay? Now, Jay and Tatiana are in the kitchen talking because Jay is going to help Charli and Jared cook tonight. So she needs to get the, menu together. So she's asking Tatiana, so like, is Clay going to eat vegan or what? Tati's like, I don't know what that man going to do. I don't know what that man gonna do. He keeps saying he going vegan, but he turned around sneaking food, sneaking sandwiches, and all types of stuff. So I'm just trying to figure out like why. Like I didn't ask him to be vegan. He can eat whatever he wants. It's the simple fact that he keeps saying he's vegan or he's trying to be vegan, but he's sneaking behind my back, eating God knows what, and then lying in my face. Like, girl, what's his problem? And I'm sitting here trying to figure out like what is his problem. Now don't get me wrong, okay? That sandwich that Jay made him looks so good. Even if I was trying to be vegan, I would have to put a pause on it for that sandwich, okay? I'm not even gonna hold you. But I understand exactly why Tatiana's mad. Because if you're gonna lie about something so simple, I'm sure you will be lying about something so big. Something so big, like maybe having a newborn baby, but we'll get there when we get there. She tells Jay that she feels like basically he's being fake. And I'm like, girl, he is. She says she's losing trust in him. And I'm like, girl, you should. Because he done lied to you multiple times. You just don't even know it yet. Him sitting out there talking about something. I think I might love you. Let me tell you something. Tatiana knows exactly what's going on, okay? She's not stupid. She knows that man's lying to her about something. Very much something. She can't quite put a pin on what it is, but she knows he's up to no good, which is why she's making this bigger than what it needs to be. Yeah. So Jared and Charli are talking, and Charli isn't feeling herself, okay? And I'm like, it's probably because she know that man said no, and she just gonna act like she didn't see it. She knows he said no. That's why she kept bringing it up. Telling him, this was the first time I couldn't understand, or I couldn't feel what you were thinking. Yeah, because she knows that man wrote no. He in his confessional talking about something, now that I'm sober, I feel kind of guilty. No, you feel exactly how you felt. And the thing that gets me the most is that he's sitting there putting on, talking about how they are so deep in it. And I'm just sitting here like, what? And then she's like finishing his sentences. I was just so disgusted. Jared disgusts me so bad, okay? And of course, he wants to bring up the intimacy suite because that's all this conversation was about. You don't care how that girl feel for real? He's going to tell her, I'm ready when you ready. And look at dummy. I'm ready. Just. Again. These people piss me off. I think Jared is like the scum of the earth. He's trying to act like he just said that because he's drunk. Bullish, okay? So Brandon goes to talk to Kiki because, they didn't get a chance to really talk last night. So Kiki's like, oh, now you want to talk? When I was trying to talk to you last night, oh, now you want to talk? He's like, what do you expect? You left me to cook and clean for 14 people alone while you was drinking. And she was like, well, I'm on vacation. He's like, this isn't vacation. This is our chance to see if we're compatible, if we're going to be together. She's like, but you're making it seem like I'm an alcoholic. I drink just as much as everybody else drinks in here. And he's like, that's a lie. She's like, I'm an adult. I can handle my own. So she said that she feels like he's controlling. And that's where it starts. It starts with, controlling the little things. And then before you know it, he's controlling everything. She's holding on to trauma and hurt, okay? And he don't know how to approach her at all, which is why these two keep missing each other. He's trying to put his foot down like he's her father. And you can't do that to a grown adult woman. If she has a problem, you need to talk to her with compassion, care, concern. You can't just be, I don't need you drinking. You need to stop drinking. You can't be doing that because you're not her dad. So of course she's going to give you pushback. But you need to take some accountability, Kiki. You were wrong. You should have just apologized. Apologize for not showing up for him. Stop acting so confused like you don't know what's going on. She told him to mind his business. He said, well, you know what? I will. You don't got to worry about me no more. So he walks away like, I'm just tired. And she said, I'm tired of you. And I'm tired of y'all. How about that? I'm tired of y'all. These people, when I tell you the never ever met people are crazy, baby, they crazy. They all crazy, okay? So Brandon goes into the kitchen because he needs to vent. He's talking to Cinco. He's talking to Jay about the conversation he just had with Kiki. And you know how he's feeling because he's in his feelings. Now, Alicia decided that she want to bring her behind from by the poolside where they were having a conversation into the house to follow him, to tell him that this is not what he needs to be doing. Excuse me, Alicia, because who the F asked you anything? Miss, I need to protect my peace. I need to protect my energy. Why did you feel like you needed to follow that man from outside to the inside to tell him to go back to talk to Kiki like he just wasn't talking to Kiki? She's crazy. She's crazy talking about something. I don't want this to be in my earshot. Well, if you would have stayed your behind by the pool, it wouldn't have been in your earshot. So she's telling Brandon, like, you need to go talk to Kiki. This is not what you need to be doing. And he's like, this is my breathing moment. This is me calming down. How about you worry about what you got going on? How about you worry about your relationship with Irvin? How about you do that? And I'm like, exactly, because what was the purpose of you coming in here? She's like, I was just trying to encourage you to move your conversation to the person that matters. And to that, Alicia, all I have to say is mind your effing business. Mind your effing business. Instigating. This is what we call instigating. So Irvin comes in the kitchen and Brandon's like, I'm just letting you know, your girl came in here yelling, talking about what I got going on. She need to worry about what she got going on. And Irvin was like, I'll talk to her. That's my job. I'll talk to her. That's my job. He's mad now. Because like she should have just kept her freaking mouth closed. Exactly. Exactly. He's like, I'm just starting to realize that she's the problem. Alicia, girl, I've been trying to have your back just a little bit, but at this point, you are a problem. You are giving off the red flags that he said you are starting to show. So now Irvin goes to Alicia like, what happened? When you went in there, like, what happened? She's like, I wasn't saying anything. I was just minding my business. He's like, really? You was minding your business? So how did you end up in some mess if you was minding your business? She's like, okay, I did say that he need to take his conversation and talk to Kiki. And he's like, that's what I'm saying. Like, stay out of stuff. Stop putting yourself in stuff. So she's like, oh, so you reprimanding me now? And he's like, listen, as a man, I want to protect you, okay? But I can't be out here fighting battles because you keep inserting yourself into other people's business. Now, didn't I tell y'all, I think it was episode 1 or maybe 2, I told y'all that, you know, if I tell my man somebody talked to me a certain way or did something, I expect for him to stand up for me. That is the type of man Irvin is. But he can't keep putting himself in situations because you keep putting yourself in situations. There is a time and place for everything. Nobody was talking to you. Nobody was addressing you. Nobody had nothing to say to you. You literally walked your behind in there to start some mess with that man for absolutely no reason at all. Then tried to downplay it. Tried to downplay it like you was minding your business. And you don't understand why the man is upset with you? So now she pulls out the speaking in tongues. I said, I know you effing lied. It pissed me off. I felt offended as a Christian, a Pentecostal Christian. I felt offended because what you are doing right now is making a mockery of speaking in tongues. She's talking about something, I just have to calm my spirit. I just need to pray for a moment because I'm getting overwhelmed. You put yourself in an overwhelming position. That don't got nothing to do with God. Child, send her home. Send her home, send her home, send her home. Irvin said, all I'm saying is don't do it anymore. And she's like, don't talk to me like that. He had to put a little bass in it. Yeah, it was a little intense, but he had to put a little bass in it for her to understand because apparently she don't understand. Now she talk about something, I feel attacked. Alicia is crazy. Alicia is crazy talking about she didn't do anything and people are inserting her in their mess. Alicia is crazy. Girl, go anywhere but here. Go anywhere but here. So now Kiki and Brandon go talk to a therapist so that they can help navigate through their issues, okay? Kiki feels like Brandon should start the conversation since he's the one with all the issues. So Brandon brings up his trauma. Now, remember last episode I said that I feel like it's one or two things that Brandon has dealt with people having alcohol issues and he's bringing it into this relationship. Remember I said that? That's exactly what's happening because he's triggered. He said that his mother was in a relationship with his stepfather. His stepfather would come home drunk and that's what led to their divorce, okay? So he's holding onto that trauma and seeing her drink is triggering him. I already knew something was up. I just wasn't sure. But now that he confirmed it for me, it makes perfect sense as to why he's going so hard, why he's so passionate about it. It's one thing to be concerned, and it's another thing to be so passionate about it. And that's where the judgment is stepping in the room. Okay. Kiki says that she understands, but she doesn't need him to monitor her because he's scared of what happened in his past. Okay. She is not his stepfather. And that's why she feels judged. So she explained that this is kind of like a vacation for her and she just wants to have a good time and she's a social drinker. So she has a few drinks. And I'm like, okay, I understand Kiki's mindset, right? I really understand that Kiki really feels like, you know what? I'm away from home, okay? I'm enjoying myself. I'm with my future man or whatever the case may be. I'm going to have a good time. I'm going to let my head down. I ain't got no real worries. This is like a vacation. I understand that concept, okay? But I feel like Kiki, there's a difference between having some fun and overdoing it. I think you're at the point of overdoing it. And it's okay to have one night where you overdo it, but when you got to continue to overdo it, then that becomes an issue, okay? So the therapist said, listen, how many drinks do y'all consider, enough? How many drinks do you have at night? He said he have about three. She said she have about three and then three shots. I'm not even going to sit here and act like when I go out, I only have three drinks, okay? Because by the time I pregame, by the time I go out and, I have a good time, I don't even know how many drinks I done had. So I'm not anyone to judge anybody's drinking. But according to the therapist, I've been binge drinking. According to the therapist, I've been binge drinking. Is it every day? Is it on a consistent basis? No. But according to the therapist, I've been binge drinking just like Kiki. Okay? So I'm not going to judge her for that. But the therapist is concerned because she can tell that there is a little bit more than just having a night of fun. So she asked Kiki, when did you really start leaning into drinking like this? And Kiki said it's when her mother died. So the therapist is starting to say, maybe this is a coping mechanism. Maybe you're starting to self-medicate. And then this is when it becomes an issue because it's no longer just a fun night. This is, I need to do this in order to be relieved of pain, be relieved of trauma. This is what gets me through. That's when it becomes a problem. Okay. The therapist also tells Brandon that he can't use his trauma and anxiety to over control her. Okay. He's not wrong for being concerned. He's not wrong for having feelings like that. But there is a way he needs to do it. And being aggressive in this phase of her life is not going to work. Exactly. Exactly. You can't sit here and tell her that she doesn't need to be drinking. Don't drink. Don't do this, that, and the other. She's grown. She's going to do what she want to do, whether you allow her or not. It's all in the way you handle her. And he's not handling her gently at all. So the therapist dismisses Brandon and he gives her a single rose, which I thought was really beautiful. He says now he understands. He received the message that the therapist said, and he's going to work on it. And that's all we need from you, Brandon. Okay? Because you're not wrong for wanting better for her, but you have to be careful about how you approach her. So I'm here for it. I'm definitely here for this session that they had. So Kiki tells the therapist that she hasn't had the best couple of days, okay? She says she's starting to feel very lonely in this house because her and Brandon not meshing. And also, I feel like because the house is trying to figure out why she not helping Brandon, but she doing everything else. Remember, they just had an intervention with her, okay? So she's definitely feeling like on the outside. So I get it. The therapist said that she also feels like, she's holding back. Something's holding back. Like she's not being completely honest. Kiki said that she feels like this is a repeat cycle from what she went through with her ex-fiance. She was actually engaged to this man, okay? She said that she found out that he was cheating on her and it was a mess. He had pregnancy scares and all types of stuff. So she's really just been like healing. And she's only been like healing since they broke up, which was 4 months ago. So the therapist was like, hold up, wait a minute, let me do this. Let me put the math in my head. You was with him for 8 years. Y'all just broke up 4 months ago. And how long you been dating Brandon? How long? She said that she been dating Brandon for 4 years. And then she was like, I mean, yeah, so it's a little layover. Honey, it's a lot of layover. It's a lot of layover. So it doesn't seem like you were being faithful either, Kiki. I'm just saying, maybe you didn't go to the extent of what your ex did, but you honestly don't seem like you was being faithful either. She said that when her and Brandon started talking, she was still living with her ex. Yeah, not only living with him, y'all was still engaged. Y'all was still hunching because there's literally almost like a 2-year overlap. You wasn't just living with that man, you was building a life with that man. Y'all just broke up 4 months ago. And now I'm like, now she did tell us that she's still living with that man, correct? And remember when I told y'all that she was still hunching on that man? I'm pretty sure she's still hunching on that man. I'm pretty sure she is. And you can't convince me anything different. 4 months ago and you still living with him? Yeah, absolutely still hunching. Absolutely. So now she feels like she doesn't want to tell Brandon. She doesn't know when, she doesn't know how, but she knows she cannot do it now because they already on shaky grounds and they need to come together before she, shake this ish back up. I'm like, I don't know what y'all keep waiting for. I say lay it all out there at one time, tear the whole house apart and then come back together. If y'all gonna come back together, might as well lay it out there at one time, deal with it, address it, and move on. Because y'all can't be picking up one issue, putting it down, picking up another issue, putting it down, because y'all just gonna be miserable the whole entire time. This reminds me of Mary Mary. Remember Mary Mary had a reality show and Tina husband cheated on her, and every time she would start the hill, remember she was saying every time I would start the hill he would throw something else at me, and then as soon as I would start hill from that he'd throw something else at me, and then as soon as I start the hill from that he'd throw something else at me. Like, just tell me everything at once. What are you trying to do? Break me? Oh, I felt so bad for Tina. I did. I felt so bad for her. But that's exactly the cycle that these people want to do. They want to try to pick up something, and as soon as we start getting better, throw something else out there. Get better. Stop it. Put it out there. Either y'all gonna be together or y'all not. What are you prolonging the situation for? Child, everybody just go home. Everybody just go home. So now all the couples are going to Top Golf, right? At first, everybody seemed to be having fun. They taking shots. I'm like, okay, this is going to be a good night. Everything going to be good. Brandon and Kiki actually drinking together. It's okay for Kiki to drink tonight because Brandon's drinking with her. It's only when he's not drinking that he expect her not to be drinking. Low-key controlling, but we going to move on, okay? We're going to move on. Cinco and Jay, love them. Having the best time. Enjoying each other. Good for them. I feel like they don't get enough credit for being sane. Good for them, okay? Now, Irvin and Alicia get into it because she's over there doing her little dancey dance in her seat, and she looked at Irvin, and Irvin looked at her, and she's like, what? I can't dance? And he's like, I didn't say anything. You can do whatever you want to do. Like, I didn't say anything. And she's like, what? So I can't dance? So I can't dance? And he's like, I didn't even say anything. You're being weird. You're being weird. And she's like, what? What? You're going to call me weird? How dare you call me weird? I've been dealing with your emotions all this time. I said, she's crazy. Nurse, come get her. Nurse, come get her. The way she go from up and down so fast, I really, really don't know what's going on. But that started the trickle down of all the couples getting into it. Because now Brittany is in her feelings because she feels like Ty isn't paying her any attention. He's focused on everything else and everyone except for her. She already feels like he takes nothing serious. And then on top of that, he's not even being attentive to her. So she's in her feelings, right? So then that trickled down because now Tati feels like it's time for me to go ahead and call out Clay because he's lying about being vegan, and I need to get to the bottom of why he lying about being vegan. Girl, that's not what you really mad about. You mad because you know he lying to you about something else. From that time you walked out there when they was at the pool and you know that man's lying to you, that's what you really mad about, but you don't have no proof, so you going to use this one right now because this is what you think he playing in your face about, but it's really not, okay? So Cinco's trying to tell Clay, just apologize to her. All she needs to know know is that you apologize. Because she's like, well, you've been saying that you going vegan, but you not really going vegan because you walking behind my back still eating not vegan food. And he's like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? She's like, you're a liar. You're a liar. And if you're a lie about something like that, then I know you'll lie about anything else. And he's like, what I need to lie to you about? Baby, Clay, don't play with me because you have done nothing but lie. I almost gave you a benefit of the doubt with the first lie because I knew it was going to be hard for you to tell her that you had a new baby. I knew it was going to be hard. But then you sat there and lied to that girl's face when she gave you the alley-oop. When she asked you what you was talking about, all you had to do was follow up with, you know what, this is the time to just be honest. But no, you lied and you tried to use a manipulative tactic and say that I think I love you. Trash. You're trash too. Let me tell you something. When she finds out about this baby, he might as well go ahead and hang it up. Hang it up. She's not going to stick around for this because you had multiple opportunities to tell that girl the truth and you have not. Even when she gave you a window, an opening, you still have not. So now they get back to the house and we know Jared and Charli, they reserved the boom boom room. So it's time to go in the boom boom room and see what's going on. They kicking out the cameraman's thinking that it's time to, get it in and whatnot. Come to find out there's a camera in there. So they just gonna cuddle. They just gonna cuddle because that's what they really need is a cuddle. Boo. I'm not buying it. Say what you want. They did something a little bit more than cuddling in that room. Say what you want, but they definitely did a little bit more than cuddling in that room, especially because she was like, it was everything that I wanted and more. Really? You waited all these years just to go in there and cuddle and hold each other? That's the more? Okay, Charli. Okay, if you say so. But nonetheless, Alicia is in the room going off, telling the women how, he called her weird. He called me weird, and I'm not going to settle for less. I'm not going to be with anyone who talks to me like this. And now she's convincing the women that all they men is crazy. All they men, these men are crazy. They're crazy. Alexis, I don't know what's wrong with these men. Y'all go ahead and let Alicia get y'all caught up. Now, don't get me wrong. The men are crazy, okay? But y'all taking advice from the crazy lady. So be careful about that. Be careful. So now it's the next day, and Clay admits that he was sneaking the food, okay? He said that he thought it was funny. He thought it would be like a cute. And she's like, no, nothing about that's cute. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing for me to be thinking that you being honest with me when you literally just going around sneaking food in everybody's face and I'm standing here looking dumb, believing that you trying to be vegan. Like, what about that is funny, okay? So they sitting down talking. She said she accept his apology because he just took some time to really understand what she was mad about. It's not the fact that he's not vegan. It's the fact that he was lying about being vegan. That's what she was mad about, right? So now he's like, I just don't know how I'm going to tell her I have a 2-month-old baby. 2-month-old baby? Clay, go home. Charli, go home. Jared, go home. Y'all babies need y'all. Everybody go home. Y'all babies need y'all. There's no reason for y'all to be up here trying to start families and relationships. Go home to your children. They need y'all. Because this, at this point, is out of control. 2 months? 2 months. Okay. Whatever. When she finds out, all hell's going to break loose. We saw how she handled him lying about being vegan. Oh, we ain't seen nothing yet. Wait till she find out about this 2-month-old baby. It's going to go down. Baby, it's going to go down. So now they having a little, barbecue in the backyard, and Ty is joking nonstop. And Brittany is getting aggravated AF because he just always playing. So he's making a joke about going to the boom boom room. And she's like, we ain't going to no boom boom room. And he's like, what, like never ever? And she's like, never, ever, 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 ever. She's basically saying that He said that he was going to cook her breakfast in bed. He said he was going to do this and he was going to do that. And he has yet to do anything that he said he was going to do. You had all this mouth over the phone, but now it's time to show and prove, and you not showing and proving, okay? So he's going in the house and she's like, can you bring me a drink? And he's like, I'll grab it after I get the pasta. So now he decides to go over to talk to Irvin to tell him, like, she wanted me to bring her a drink. Like, I'm not doing something. Don't she see me over here cooking? And she's like, I can hear you. The house is falling. The house is falling. Everybody's relationship is going to literally going to shit. Okay. So they start going back and forth from across the pool. He's yelling, she's yelling because you're not doing anything you said you would do. You didn't do any of the things you promised to me. Brittany sounds like she's upset because the man's not catering to her hand and foot 24/7. And I don't know if she's overreacting or not, because we don't get a lot of them for me to really have commentary on it. If that's how she feels, that's how she feels, especially if he said that that's how he was going to show up. But my issue comes with these two is because instead of her sharing her grievances with him, she just pushed them to the side and talks about them to everyone else. Instead of letting that man know that you don't like the fact that he's always joking, you just saying it in confessionals. Instead of telling him that you would like for him to show up the way he said he would on the phone, you just saying it in confessionals. You're not even giving him a chance to know that you feel away. And then when you do express that you feel away, it's in front of everybody. And that's not fair. That's not fair. I'm not going to lie. That is not fair, Brittany. You need to talk to him. And then after y'all have a conversation, if he continues in that way, then you have every right to be upset. But you have yet that we saw brought up any of the issues that you have with that man, which is why he thinks everything is okay and y'all going to be going to the boom boom room. Come on now. I'm just saying. Communication. Y'all, I am enjoying the Never Ever Mess. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm not even gonna hold you. I am enjoying the Never Ever Mess. They get me through. They really do. I feel like it's just so messy. And y'all know I live for messy. Y'all know I do. But anyway, y'all, I really hope y'all enjoyed this review. Do not forget to thumbs up, like the video because it helps push the video out into the algorithm. Get down in the comments, type up some stuff. Let me know how you feel about the episode. Drop me some yellow hearts and let me know you was here. And if you did not subscribe, please subscribe. And with all that being said, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.